Berau is a place inhabited by various tribes. The indigenous tribes that occupy Berau Regency are the Banua tribe, Bajau tribe, and Dayak tribe. Every year, many other tribes migrate to live in Berau, such as the Bugis and Banjar tribes. In Berau, there is a housing complex called Berau Sanggam Housing. The housing complex is inhabited by various tribes such as the Banua, Bajau, Dayak, Banjar, and Bugis. They live in harmony in this housing complex. One day, Mr. Hendra, who was the head of the neighborhood from the housing complex, held an event called Aroma Party. The event is a culinary festival that celebrates the various flavors of their culinary diversity. People of the housing complex have been looking forward to this event. People in the housing complex will flock to cook dishes typical of their respective tribes. When the Aroma Party event was about to take place, the people from various tribes started to get busy setting up tents and preparing ingredients for their respective dishes. The event was marked by a bright morning and the sun was shining brightly as if to support the event as the housing complex. At the edge of the tent, there were loud cheers from the people watching the event. The participants from various ethnic groups seemed very enthusiastic about carrying out the event. Their enthusiasm and cheerful voice seemed to enliven the atmosphere of the Aroma Party even in the housing complex. Meanwhile, the participants from various tribes began to cook their dishes, followed by the solidarity of each participant. During the festival, Mr. Hendra walked to the tents and watched the cooking process. First, Mr. Hendra walked to the tent of a Banjar tribe and watched Mrs. Sari's cooking.
"What will you cook for this event?" said Mr. Hendra while looking at Mrs. Sari's cooking ingredients.
I will cook a famous Banjar dish, namely soto Banjar, said Mrs. Sari while making spices.
"Wow, that's very good. Soto Banjar is rich in Indonesian spice," said Mr. Hendra showing his thumb.
Mrs. Sari cooks with enthusiasm because she will introduce it to the people in this housing complex so they can try it.
"Is Soto Banjar the only thing that Miss Sari will make?" asked Mr. Hendra.
I will also make ketupat which will be eaten with soto Banjar, answered Mrs. Sari while preparing the ketupat leaves.
"Ah, good. I can't wait to try this food," answered Mr. Hendra as he walked slowly towards the next tent.
Mrs. Sari smiled and became more united with her fellow participants in cooking their dishes. On the other side, the tent also cheered and filled the crowd at this event. The people there also seemed impatient to try the soto Banjar dish made by Mrs. Sari. With this, Mrs. Sari is even more enthusiastic about serving her food at this event. Apart from that, Mr. Hendra walked again towards the second tent. He saw something interesting about the food. In tent there was Mrs. Shelley from the Bajau tribe.
"Is this a sea urchin?" said Mr. Hendra with a surprised face.
That's right, sir. This is sea urchin. I will make a typical Bajau food called tehe-tehe, answered Miss Shelley with a smiling face.
"Is it difficult? And how do I make it?" asked Mr. Hendra with a confused face.
It is a little difficult to make tehe-tehe because you have to clean the sharp spines on the sea urchins. After it is cleaned, it will then be processed with other ingredients such as sticky rice mixed with salt and oil. Mrs. Sari answered while cleaning the spines of the sea urchins.
Mrs. Sari answered while cleaning the spines of the sea urchins.
"Wow, this is very interesting," replied Mr. Hendra, nodding while showing an amazing face.
I will specially serve this food so that the people here will be interested in trying it and getting to know our tribe's special food. answered Miss Sally proudly.
Not long after, the aroma of tehe-tehe cooking came from Mrs. Shelley's tent. The people who smelled the aroma couldn't wait to try the food. They compete to taste Mrs. Shelley's cooking. Under the bright sun and cool air, various aromas spread the smell of happiness during this festival. Mr. Hendra is very happy to see the people in this housing who are harmonious even though they come from various ethnic groups. Apart from that, in tent 3 there was the aroma of burnt food. The aroma comes from the cooking of the Dayak tribe participants. The aroma of the food smelled very delicious to the people there. Dayak tribe participants cooking dishes that are grilled in bamboo.
What is this, Mrs. Usun? Asked Mr. Hendra while smelling the aroma of cooking in bamboo.
This is called lemang, sir, a special food of our tribe.
Answered Miss Usun while finding the burnt lemang.
What is this lemang made from? Is it rice? Asked Mr. Hendra.
That's right, sir. Lemang is made from rice and coconut milk, then add with pounded leaves to make it fragrant. After that, it is steamed and then grilled.
Oh, maybe I will try it at home later,
Said the people on the housing there.
I also want to make this lemang. This food looks very delicious and I can't wait to try it,
Said another people accompanied by the laughter of the people there. The people in this housing really appreciate this dish, and Mr. Hendra showed a face that seemed amazed by these typical Dayak cuisines. He felt proud to have created this event because he could learn various dishes from various existing tribes. Then Mr. Hendra walked again to the other tents. In tent 43 was the Banua tribe. They looked very enthusiastic about making their tribe's typical snacks.
Wow, I know this food. This is talinga sagai, my favorite snack, said Mr. Hendra while holding the food. That's right. Mr. Hendra has lived in Berau for a long time. Sure know this food.
answered Miss Fitri with a smile.
Yes, this food is very famous in Berau. This food is even sold as a typical Berau souvenir, said Mr. Hendra while eating the food.
The Banua tribe's tents were also filled with the people in the housing complex because this food is a favorite of the native Berau people who live there. It's no wonder this food is so popular at this event. On the other hand, Mr. Hendra walked again towards the last tent, namely the Bugis tribe tent. Bugis tribe participants cook their dishes with special spices that are rich in taste. Mr. Hendra smiled and smelled the distinctive aroma of Bugis tribal cuisine.
Come here, sir, said Miss Rahma waving her hand.
What will you serve at this event? Mr. Hendra asked while watching Mrs. Rahma cook.
As usual, our very famous specialty food is Coto Makassar, answered Miss Rahma with a smile.
Wow, this is very delicious. I really like Coto Makassar. The sauce is rich in spice, answered Mr. Hendra with a happy face.
Come on, everyone, taste the typical dishes from our tribe, said Miss Rahma while calling the people there.
Several people start trying the typical Bugis tribe dish Soto Makassar. They were very enthusiastic about tasting this dish because the person serving this dish was the native Bugis tribe themselves.
This is the authentic Coto Makassar. It is a very delicious and the sauce is a very thick,
Said a people who tried the dish. The people in the housing complex enjoyed this event. Participants in each tent became increasingly enthusiastic about serving their dish to celebrate the festival. The people in the housing can also taste ready-made food. They serve an authentic dish from each tribe. The people there are very happy because they can enjoy food of various flavors made by the various tribes here. The atmosphere of the festival was very welcoming and full of happiness. The event was not only colored with various aromas, but also music from the sounds of Dayak tribes Sapek, which was played at the event. It was as if the event was very harmonious and lively with a variety of culinary aromas and accompanied by the sound of beautiful music. With the Aroma Party event, Berau Sanggam Housing becomes housing that is very harmonious with the existing cultural diversity and can strengthen their relationship.